non-technical. Okay. So day before yesterday, what are we discussing about? Okay. So we were discussing about OOPS concept.
OOPS concepts.
Okay. And where we discussed about encapsulation class. See, encapsulation is an object-oriented programming concept which says that if you are going to create an executable component, okay,
inherited
not a component, an executable area, then that must have all different functional components plus attributes. Attributes plus functional components together being placed in one single unit. That is called as encapsulated unit. That is what the meaning of encapsulation. The technology developers, Java, CPP, they come up with class. What is that? They come up with class. Class is the real form of encapsulation concept in the technology. That means class is going to have attributes plus functional components. I told you with examples as well. Okay, now we are going to discuss about types of classes. What are we going to discuss about? Types of classes. But before that, yeah, you don't need to repeat, please. Thank you. And I will mute from my end. Hold on. Okay, thank you. And here you go now. Before we proceed forward, class contains functionalities as well as attributes. Application contains functionalities. That's what we discussed the other day. So application contains functionalities, classes contains functionalities. But I have shown you a diagram. Application contains classes and classes contains functionalities. Inside application we have classes. Inside classes we have functionalities. Clear everyone? This is what I have shown you in the diagram. Now one more point I should add, that is, see, at the very beginning we have logged into PRPC by using administrator@pega.com. Correct? What is the login ID we have used? Administrator@pega.com. When we use that ID and log into Pega, it has taken us to one application, predefined our OOTB application. What is the name of that application? Pega platform. The name of the application is Pega platform. Correct? What does the Pega? మీ ఫోకస్ క్లాస్ మీద పెట్టండి, ఒకరోజు రికార్డింగ్ లేకపోయినా పర్లేదు, ఎక్కడ రికార్డింగ్ చేయండి. అర్థమైందా? What does an application contains? Pega platform application contains predefined functionalities. OOTB functionalities are there inside Pega platform. That point we discussed, correct? Now I am saying functionalities are there inside classes. See, if Pega platform application contains functionalities, those functionalities must be inside some classes. Yes or no? Are you getting the point? Administrator will log in. Administrator@pega.com, password, install. This will take you to Pega platform application which contains OOTB functionalities, correct? Just to yesterday, I mean, like, I'm sorry, what was that happening? So day before yesterday we discussed like functionalities are there inside classes. Classes are there inside application. So that should be here also same thing. That is, if you log into Pega platform application, okay, it has taken me to different application. Hold on. If you log into Pega platform application, definitely the OOTB functionality should be there inside classes only. That means Pega platform application should come up with OOTB classes, and inside that OOTB functionality should be available. Okay, I am going to tell you the names of those classes now. I'm going to just give you names of those classes. Which classes contains what functionalities I'm not going to tell you, but names of those classes I'm going to give you now. This is the one I am showing you since beginning. This is one OOTB functionality where it is available in Pega platform application, and it is there inside a class. You can see CL. CL stands for class. What is the class name? @base class. @base class. So like this, there are so many OOTB classes. Just for your information, I am just giving the names of the classes here. You don't need to try to remember this or by heart. You will get to know automatically once we start working on and using these things. So one class we have just now seen. What is that? @ base class. Work dash, data dash, int dash, CMIS dash, embed dash, code dash, rule dash, index dash, assign dash. Like this, there are many OOTB classes. Clear, everyone? You don't need to write anything. It is there in the document. So Pega platform contains OOTB functionalities inside OOTB classes. Inside OOTB classes. Those classes by name high level, there are hundreds of classes. Just a higher level, we have these classes. @ base class, work dash, data dash, code, int dash, rule dash, code dash, embed dash, index dash, assign dash. Like this, there are 14 topmost classes are available actually. Okay. So keep this aside just for your information. That's it. We are now going to continue types of classes and the purpose of those types of classes and purpose of the classes. See, when technology developers, they come up with classes, they divided classes into two categories or two types. First one is concrete class. What is the first one? Concrete class. Second one is abstract class. Second one is what? Abstract class. These are the two types of classes that they came up with. Concrete class, abstract class. I will tell you in the easiest way to understand. Okay. See, any type of class, both are classes only, correct? See, whether it is abstract or concrete, both are classes. A class is a unit structure which will have attributes plus functionalities, which takes an input, executes, process, and then generates an output. Yes or no? See, if you are designing one application, bank application, let's take one module of ATM application. What is that? ATM, money withdrawal process. So you go to ATM and swipe your card. That application is already started. Swipe your card, transaction gets initiated. Yes or no? So that is money withdraw, workflow will get executed. Transaction started, right? All the functional components related to that will get executed. That means those will be there inside classes. All that will get executed. Yes or no? Transaction completed. For each transaction that you are going to make, you will be getting a transaction ID. Yes or no? You will be getting a transaction ID. So this, with this ID, data is going to get stored into the database of bank system. Yes or no? Everyone clear? Now, concrete class will have attributes plus functionalities created in it, plus you need to initiate a transaction. There should be some triggering point. Yes or no? Okay. So the other day we were discussing about the real world. That is, bank is a real application. Okay. Inside that we have different departments. What are those? Banking. Banking is one department which will take care of banking operations, creating bank accounts, deposits, withdrawals, all that different transactions. And then loans. What else? Insurance. Verification department separately. Each department is equal to one class. That's what we discussed. Yes or no? Now, attributes plus functionalities plus, this is the place where transaction can be initiated. What is the meaning of this? Transaction can be initiated means, see, you have a mission. Okay, you have a car. What is the triggering point for a car? Key, right? You are going to start, ignite it, correct? Yes or no? So once we are going to ignite, then that is a starting point. It will go to engine, and then engine is starting point. From there, everywhere else execution will happen. Yes or no? So starting point should be there something. So now concrete class is the one where transaction gets initiated. That is the triggering point. Transaction will start execution from concrete class and will proceed forward further. Okay. So now abstract class is the one where you have attributes plus functionalities, but transaction cannot be initiated. See, technically they will call they will call it as instantiation. Cannot be instantiated like that, but we will use technical terminology later. Okay, you understand, you are able to understand initiated means, correct? Okay, so transaction can be initiated in concrete class, but in an abstract class, transaction cannot be initiated. Are you clear with this point? If you are trying to create a new application, you created a new application, you got a requirement. You need to create a class. Which type of class you're going to create? How do you know whether I should create an abstract class or I should create a concrete class? How do you know that? Yeah, if that is the class where you need a functionality to be executed and transaction to be initiated, then you go with concrete. If that is the class where the transaction need not to be initiated, then you go for abstract. Yes or no? But abstract classes are going to participate during the transaction model. Yes or no?
Yes,
It
sir.
will supply its functionalities during the processing, but it won't be the triggering point. It won't be the triggering point. Now you see, you have banking is one class, loans, insurance. If you wanted to apply for a new loan, which department out of these four is going to handle that? Loan, if you want to apply loan, which department? Verification is common sense అండి, ఇది టెక్నాలజీ కాదు.
Loans department.
మీరు చెప్పేది బ్లండర్ అయి ఉండదు, అర్థమైందా?
Loans department.
Loans department is the one where you are going to initiate the transaction. మీరు లోన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వెళ్తారా, వెరిఫికేషన్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి లోన్ ఇమ్మని అడుగుతారా?
Loans.
The loans is the place, department where you are going to request
Loans
for
department.
a new loan. They have the ability to initiate the loan transaction. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You go to banking department. You just imagine in the real world, there are 4 rooms. Room 1 is banking department. Room 2 is loan. Like you
Loan.
go to banking department, ask them, I want a loan. What are they going to do? So they will advise you, please go to loan department where they are going to handle it. We are not going to initiate that, but we do initiate a transaction. You want a new bank account, we do it. Okay, you want to deposit, come here, we will initiate the transaction. Okay, if you want insurance, then where would you go? Insurance department. See, this verification department is also there, but is there any transaction that they are going to initiate out of these 3: banking, loans, insurance? Will they have, see, is it allowed the verification department to create a transaction in the reality, in the real world? Is it allowed?
No.
Right?
No.
That's not allowed.
No.
So, but they can supply, they can work commonly for banking department. So during the processing, some verification is needed. Bank account is getting created. Okay, high-end bank account. Verification is needed. Whom they are going to contact? So transaction initiated already. In between some point, they need verification functionality. So verification department, they will communicate and get everything done. Loan department are processing loans. At some point in time, loans have to be verified. I mean, like the customer credibility has to be verified. Whom they are going to contact? Verification department. Insurance policy they are processing. So we want to verify the customer is eligible or not. All that we wanted to verify. Whom they are going to contact? So verification department is a common department. Yes or no? In a bank, verification department is common department for banking, loans, insurance, which has some attributes, some functional features. It participates during the transaction model at some point in time as required. Yes or no? Everyone. Online resources. Following? Okay, everyone following?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the verification department, if you're going to create as a class, which class you prefer to create it as? Abstract or concrete? Which one?
Abstract.
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 Hey, abstract, you are saying?
Because there is no
We don't need
initiation
to
of
initiate any
transaction.
transaction. Yeah, thank you. Online you can, yeah, that's okay. Thank you. And we don't need to initiate any transaction at verification department. That is meant for the same. If you start initiating any transaction, that is wrong as per the business structure. Yes or no? See, I will draw a diagram and tell you now. See here. See, this is concrete class. What is this? Concrete class. I'm going to draw another circle inside. This is concrete class and this is abstract class. Okay. And inside this attributes plus functionalities are there. And here transaction can be initiated. Yes or no? See, if I have drawn like this, which means that concrete class transaction can be initiated. Concrete class has attributes plus functionalities. Abstract class, if you look at the diagram, abstract class, is it a subset of concrete? Yes or no? Yes. Abstract class, is it subset of concrete?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, see,
Yes,
when
sir.
we design the technology, I'm talking about technology design, not the applications. When we design the technology, taking the concept of encapsulation, we have come up with something called class. Again, in the classes, okay, we have going. Okay, so am I audible now? Online students, am I audible?
It's freezing, like in between, it's freezing.
Yes, but voice is breaking.
Yes.
Yeah, and
That's
voice is also
what
breaking.
I told you just a minute back. I told you that there is a power cut just now. We are experiencing power cut just now. That's why we lost audio for a few minutes. Okay, maybe 1 minute like that.
No,
And
it's
I was
fine,
not.
sir.
I'll repeat now once again.
Okay, sir.
I connected to a different one. Okay, anytime if it is going to happen within a minute, we will reconnect to a different network. We have multiple networks here, no problem. Okay, see here now. I've drawn a diagram. Concrete class transaction can be initiated plus attributes plus functionalities. Abstract class attributes plus functionalities, but there is no transaction initiation. From the diagram, from this Venn diagram, we can say that abstract class is subset of concrete class. See, when the technology developers, they come up with this technology design, they have taken the concept of encapsulation and they come up with what? Class. Encapsulation, they come up with class. Again, in the classes, they defined two types. They come up with two types, abstract and concrete, where abstract is subset of concrete. Yes or no? See, there is one question now. See, concrete class has complete features. N number of features are there. Okay. Where abstract class is equal to n minus 1 features of concrete. Yes or no? Concrete class
Yes.
has n features.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Abstract class is equal to how many features? N minus 1 of concrete. Yes or no? What is that minus 1?
Transactions.
Transaction
Transaction.
initiation cannot be done. Transaction initiation cannot be done in concrete class. Yes, sir. Sorry, abstract class. Transaction initiation cannot. Other than that, every other feature that is there with concrete, it is there with abstract also. My question is very simple. See, we have concrete class which can do anything, right? Why we should have abstract again? Why they came up with abstract again? I will reframe the question once again. That is, if I want an abstract class in that place, I will create concrete only. I will not create abstract. I'll create concrete only. I'll define attributes plus functionalities. Because I know that I don't want to initiate transaction there, I don't initiate it. I do not initiate. So just think like there is no abstract class at all. Okay, I will create all as concrete. Verification also I'll create as concrete. Okay, I know that I don't want to initiate the transaction. I don't do it. I have the knowledge about it. Correct? Okay. So that can be done like that. Practically, it is possible to have all concrete classes in your application. Use the way you want. Some you use for transaction initiation, some you use without initiating. No problem. You can do this actually. Having an abstract class in an application is not mandatory. Your application without abstract class, existence is 100% possible. Okay, but an application without having at least one concrete class is impossible. You have all abstract. Is it possible to run the business? You created everything but no execution point. Car you entirely designed, there is no engine. Okay, no use, right? Now, at least one concrete is must. But is it mandatory that you should have at least one abstract? No, I'll set up everything as concrete. Some classes I use for triggering, some classes I don't use for triggering. What is there in that? If this is the case, why we need abstract again? You understand the question? If this is the situation in reality, then why they have come up with abstract? There is no need, right? Actually, only having class is pretty much fair enough. Why they have to come up with an abstract? That is a restriction here. Not about OOT. That is Pega. I'm asking about technology. General technology.
Follow the rules. To
Maybe
follow the rules.
reusability.
To
Reason.
reduce time.
See, reusability will be there for a class, not for abstract concrete. Reusability will be there for class. A class has a reusable concept. That may be abstract or concrete. That's not specific to only one type. You might have some departments where transactions should not be initiated, like verification department. See, you need to understand one thing, which I have already told you yesterday. A technology is going to be developed to inline with or to align with real world. Technology without aligning with real world doesn't have any meaning. It's hard. Okay. In the real world, what do you have? In the real world, I need one department where transaction initiation should never be possible. In this example, what is the department? Can I give the ability to create a transaction for verification department? Imagine I have given the ability. I know that I should not initiate. I am not doing it. Tomorrow a new person is going to join. As there is an ability to do, are they going to do it? Yes or no? Will they try? If they try to do it, will they be able to do it or not? They will try to execute it. Are they going to execute or not? Okay, but that should never happen. Even though you try, it should not be possible. That's what I want. A restriction on some departments, strict restriction on some departments where the transaction initiation should never be possible. That is actually needed in the real world. In the real world, you are setting up a verification department. You are saying this department should not have any rights to start any transaction. That your technology is now developing the real world, right? It should align with the real world. I need a class which satisfies this verification department. What should I do now? I told you only one. Like this, there may be a number of departments, right? So that means you should come up with a class which doesn't have any capabilities of initiating the transaction. That's why after they create a class, it has all the features of initiating transaction, holding attributes, functionalities, everything. They copied the class again. Okay. And they have just subtracted one thing. That is what? Transaction initiation ability. And named it as abstract, and the other one they named it as concrete. That's why abstract classes exist in the technology. I create an application practically without abstract class. Possible or not possible? For creating it is possible, you run it. But to align with the real world, it is wrong. While aligning with real world, it is wrong. Okay. So that's the reason why I am going to create abstract classes. Otherwise, without an abstract class, application exists. True, false? True. Without a concrete class, without at least one concrete class, okay, application can exist and run. True or false? False. It is not possible. An application must have at least one concrete. Having an abstract in application is always optional. Okay, but we do create. Why? Why do we create? To align with the real world business. To align with the real world business. Everyone clear about the types of classes? Two types: abstract versus concrete. It must be clear to all of you. అర్థమైందా? తర్వాత చూద్దాంలే వీడియో అనుకుంటున్నారా? Okay.
No, sir.
See, that's the problem. If you have a video, even if you're missing something, you don't ask me. You feel like, okay, I'll watch it later, but that will never happen. Okay. If it is possible to learn by self going through videos, we have to close all training academies, all colleges, all schools. No need. A person cannot learn by self without a master. That is incomplete all the time. Okay. One or two extraordinary people will be there. Okay, that's a different case. Here you go now. See, so we are now going to discuss about the next topic. So what did you discuss? Encapsulation, class, types of classes, reason for having the two types of classes in the technology. Okay, that's most important thing. See, we are not spending much, we are spending much time on this, not so simply. This is really much needed while you are designing. See, you are an architect. If you are not properly designing the application, your application will fail like anything in the real world. Okay, design structure should be, it should be robust in the sense strong design structure should be there. It should not be hacked, or it should not be doing the transaction in a wrong way. Okay, and here you go now. See, next concept or topic is inheritance concept. Okay, what is inheritance? If I ask you, it is very simple, you all will say that. But why inheritance? If I ask you, gone. Okay, let me tell you. Inheritance conceptually, it means accessing the features of one class to another class. Accessing the features of one class to another class is possible by inheritance. I don't have inheritance concept, for example, which means it is pretty much clear that we cannot access the features of one class into another class. That is not possible. Okay, just keep in mind. I'll tell you the reasons why we have this. Okay, inheritance means accessing the features of one class into another class. That's what inheritance concept means, where one class act as parent class and the other is acting as child class. Understand? So I will draw a diagram and tell you. So if I have to tell you like a tree diagram, here you go. Okay, no need to draw the circles and all directly. Let's say, what is our application? Safeco, right? Safe is organization, right? Safe is organization. For example, under this, if I have a class called Safeco Auto, for example, how many classes are there? Two classes are there. This line represents inheritance relation. Okay, just understand like that. So now, which one is parent class out of this? See, Safeco Auto, for your information, I am writing inherits from Safe. Just for your better understanding, I'm writing here. That inheritance relation is defined here by line for your understanding. So what is parent class now? Parent is this one. What is child class now? Child is this one. If you have a functionality here, customer form, that can be accessed, access customer form, possible or not possible? It is possible. It will be accessible. If you want to access the functionalities of one class into another class, then which feature you need to, which concept you need to go for? Inheritance concept. So in the inheritance concept, a class is going to inherit or derive. You can use any term, derive or inherit. You can use another term also, extend. Terminology is different, meaning is same. Inherit, derive, extend, span, anything is no problem. Okay, whichever the English word comfortable for your brain, go with that. Okay, a class inherits from another class where the below class is child class, above class is parent class. Child can access the features of parent, but not vice versa. That's how the technology is designed. Okay, means parent can access child. Okay, I have a form here called address. So into Safe, access address, possible or not possible? Not possible. Why not possible? Because technology developers, they did not allow reverse direction. So parent functionalities can be accessed into child,
Sure.
but child functionalities cannot be accessed into parent. You need to keep in mind. Clear, everyone? Online resources. Are you clear? Everyone. Okay. So this is the concept of inheritance. Basic inheritance in OOPS. Why we need inheritance? That's what. Don't tell me I want to access parent to child. That's not the answer. I told you inheritance concept means accessing from one class to another class where one class acts as a parent, another class acts as a child. My question is different. Why you need inheritance in technology? Why inheritance is needed in a technology?
All the functionalities in the same
To
places.
follow the sequence of the
Come again?
Easy to
to
maintain the
follow the
application.
sequences
To invoke the
step by step
methods and
process.
functions in the one class from the other class.
That's
Use
what
it.
I told already. To invoke one class functionality to another class, you need inheritance. I already told that. You are not understanding my question.
In
To
order
follow
to
the
invoke
sequence.
multiple times. Easy to
Multiple times.
maintain the
So that
application.
we are not having
Avoid
the
repetition.
redundant work.
Easy to maintain. Avoid repetition. Easy to
To connect,
maintain.
No
Okay.
to
redundant
connect
code.
from,
You need to
To
understand my
access
question.
the
to give
attribute and
connections from,
functionality of the parent classes.
Reusability, parent classes. Avoid repetition.
to give connections from multiple
All this is correct.
functionalities.
Why I'm asking this question? If you think
Data
about the technology
redundancy.
in the perception of technology, we can never understand or learn the technology. That's not possible. You need to look at the technology in the real world. Bring the technology to align with the reality. What is needed in the real world? That is what you have to implement in the technology. Why inheritance exists in technology? Go to real world and tell me an example. Okay, go back to this example. Okay, see, we already discussed. We have verification class, we have banking, loans, insurance. These three classes, they wanted to access the verification class. I mean, these three departments, they wanted to access verification department, yes or no? Okay. For example, there is no verification department. Imagine there is no verification department at all. Banking, loan, insurance, three parallel. Okay. Now, for all these three department verification process to be done. So what should I do now? A person to be deployed in the banking department for verification, and again another person to be deployed in loans department for verification, another person to be deployed here in the insurance. Means at three different places you need to have some functional components related to verification. Yes or no? Instead of this, we have one separate department called verification. It has verification features. Now in the real world, I am having one requirement. One class features to be accessible into another class. One department to be accessible to another department. Yes or no? So how do you achieve this? In the reality, you communicate manually and you do it, correct? Okay, you send by an email, go and give a document and all, that is okay. Technology, how you handle without human. So each department is one class here. So we are now getting a requirement aligning with the real world, one class to communicate with another class to access the features. That's why inheritance exists in technology. Understand why we have inheritance in technology? Because in the reality, we have a need of one department is communicating with another department to get some work to be done, task to be done, not work, task to be done, right? That should be there in the technology. Technology should have the same capability. So each department is one class here. So technology should have classes communication to access the features. That's why inheritance exists in technology. Everyone clear? So to align with the real world. Okay. So we have inheritance between the classes. Without inheritance between classes, it is impossible to access. Suppose there are two classes, there is no inheritance relation. Is it possible to access? No. Keep this point in mind. I am not simply asking this. Keep this point in mind clearly. We will come across once again in the future sessions. Without having inheritance relation defined between two classes belongs to same application. Okay. Without having inheritance relation between two classes, is it possible to access the functionalities? It is impossible. Keep this in mind. We'll come across once again. Okay. Now, So to align this, inheritance exists. That is the reason why Pega technology developers have come up with inheritance concept implemented. Okay. See, why you are creating so many classes? This we already discussed. Why you are creating so many classes? Why not only one class? Can I create one class and create everything there and execute SR? No, I can do it. Why you are coming up with different classes?
To
Easy
align with
maintenance.
To reduce the
Easy to
complexity.
maintain.
To reduce the
Alignment. Proper structural alignment of business departments, multiple departments, multiple classes. So you want to access the features of one department to another, one class to another. That's why inheritance concept. With this, we are going to wind up the concepts of this one. What is this? OOPS concepts. Basic OOPS concepts. It is not related to only Pega. Go to CPP, go to Java, anywhere. Abstract, concrete, inheritance concept. The reason for abstract to have in the technology and the reason for inheritance to have in the technology, this all topic, whatever that I have told so far, is very generic, universal concept. Clear, everyone? What did we discuss? Class, types of classes, and why we have different types of classes. Inheritance, why we have inheritance, what is its feature. See, advantages. What are the advantages? See here, the same example. If I am going to have the inheritance concept implemented in my application,
Query.
one place you are creating verification tasks, functionalities. You are accessing into how many places? 1, 2, 3. If you want to change the verification process, something process is being changed as per the market, where do you need to make changes? 1, 2, 3 places or only one place? Only one place. The
one place.
advantages are easy to maintain. Okay. And what else? You are creating one place, accessing into multiple places, right? This is called reusability. What is this called as? Reusability. Reusability, easy to maintain. Another thing is also there, easy to extend. Tomorrow I am adding one more department. Tell me anything else. Mortgage. Should I have to go ahead with creating any verification features, or can I directly access connecting to verification department?
Directly.
Should I have to do anything from the scratch for verification with respect to verification for mortgage? No, already it is there. You created extending the verification, easy to extend your business. No need to do the things again and again from the scratch. Understand? All these are advantages of having inheritance relationship. Everyone clear? So in the inheritance, can we access the functionalities of child into parent? No, we cannot access. Parent to child, it is possible. Clear? Makes sense? Okay. So this is overall concept of inheritance and all. Now let's come to Pega PRPC environment. So in PRPC, the rules are available. Rules means functionalities are there. Instead of functionality in Pega, I'll call it as a rule. Okay. So rules are there inside classes. Already Pega platform has so many rules, so many OOTB classes. But what about our application that we created? 2 days back, we created one application, you remember? Framework application we created implementation application. If I want to create any functionalities in my implementation application, attributes plus functionalities, first what should I create? Not about application. I'm not asking about application is over. I created framework, I created implementation. I logged into implementation. I want to start creating attributes plus functionalities. What should I create first? Classes, correct. I will log into implementation application now. From here onwards, whatever we discussed so far, class, inheritance, types of classes, types of inheritance, all this, we are going to now see with respect to our application Pega. Okay. Are you feeling that I'm saying too much? No, I'm explaining,
No, sir.
giving you examples in the real world. So more I am focusing on, not on the definition. Why it is there in the technology. I'm trying to explain you the development of technology. Okay. Without knowing that, even if you know about inheritance is parent to child accessing, easy to extend, reusability, all this, if you're saying, still you cannot be a tech leader. Okay. What is that? devimp@safe.com. Password rules. Okay, follow closely. And before we proceed forward, I have a request to all of you. You would have already done this, but there are very few people. In the class, if I say, I will be able to talk to every one of you. That's why I'm saying. See, online students and offline students. Do you have phone in your hand?
Sir.
Okay. We have already requested you to fill the details in a Google form. I think many of you have done. If you are done, ignore. You are there in the group, then only you'll come to know. Okay. Only to the students who have joined by this time, we wanted to collect your details. Okay. Who are there in the group? You are there in the group means you are done, you are enrolled. Is there anyone still in the group but did not fill the form which I have just messaged in the group? Is there anyone offline? You are there in the group, not in the broadcast. Are you there in the group? You are there in the group but did not fill the form by this time. Take 2 minutes and do it right away. Wait. You are not there in the group. That's why I've asked you to message me yesterday. Message on 965253 and just right away do it, man. And online also, if you are there already in the group, you have filled the form, ignore. That's what. Just now I messaged in the group. You can go to group. You are added into group, right? WhatsApp group. Go to the group and then fill the form right away. I will wait for 1 more minute for you to fill it. You need to upload your photo also. Did you do that or you ignored it? We need it for some reason. I'm not asking about your Aadhaar card. I'm asking about only your selfie photo with your face. You have to upload your photo also. Okay, and email ID, you must be giving Gmail ID. That is also mentioned there. Because you will face access issues. To avoid that, we have requested for Gmail ID only.
It should be Pega PR.
This is only for the students who have enrolled for the training. By this time, if you have made the fees payment, we would have added you into group for sure. Then you will be in the group, WhatsApp group. Meerunnara group lo? Fill chestaru kada? Okay, done. So then you will be in the group, and just now I messaged that link, and people, anyone who are going to make the fees payment today, you will be added later. That time again, we will send you the link. You can fill that time. Okay. And this meeting link, what you have connected today, will not work for tomorrow. And classroom, how many of you are pending still? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See, it is pretty clear that you are not allowed from tomorrow. Please do not come without completing your fees payment. Okay. This is the process that we must be following. Okay. Enough number of days we have given you. By this time, that is far more than enough days. Okay. Strictly
Excuse me,
not allowed tomorrow. Okay. And online also, same thing. This
Excuse me,
meeting.
sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, I haven't done my payment yet.
Your voice is breaking.
I'm going to connect for
You
today.
can message here on the charting window, please.
No,
Your voice is breaking. Okay.
yes, sir.
See,
I'm going to pay the fee. I'm going to pay the
that
payment.
is okay. See, whatever the decision you take, you take it. You do it today or tomorrow, day after tomorrow. That's up to you. I'm talking about the process. Once after you're done, you share the screenshot. Team will take care. Okay. So we have given enough number of days, and we have already extended it for 2 or 3 days. That is pretty much fair enough. That's what I just wanted to tell you. You are there in the group. You must have filled the form. Otherwise, you'll be losing the access. You'll not be getting the access. And people who have paid late, and you will be added maybe in the afternoon time. Okay.
So PRPC or CPDC, which one we have?
What is that?
So
It
there.
is PRPC.
Okay.
First,
Thank
you should learn PRPC before you go to CPDC. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Anything related to payments, you can talk to the management. They will tell you. Admin team is there. You can talk to them. Now, what is that? Class is done. Now log into Pega. See, when we create a new application, we know that application got created, organization got created, and operator ID, password, all are created. There are so many created. These 3 only we focused. Now we are going to focus on the 4th one. Classes also got created. What is being created? Classes also got created. Everyone clear? So how many classes got created? Many, so many. but we are not going to focus on so many. We are going to focus on only the 3 classes that have been loaded when you go to App Explorer. When you go to after you log in, click on App Explorer, right? Automatically classes gets loaded. How many loaded here? 1, 2, 3. How many? 1, 2, 3 classes loaded. What are the names of the classes? I'll copy to the notepad if that is not legible. Save auto. For now I am writing separately. Okay, work. How many classes created? Look at here now. Scroll down. Save. This name is matching with something which you have already learned. What is the name? Organization. Same as the organization name, one class created. Yes or no? Safeco auto is matching with something. I will show you. See here. Application, right? Definition means it will show the details of the application. Application ID label is Safeco Auto Insurance. But what is the actual name? Safeco Auto. Yes or no? Matching with it, it has created a class. This is what? Organization class. And what about this one? Application class. This, because it is matching with application name. Simple. There's no too much logic. Okay. Work. What is the meaning of this? This is transaction class. What is this? Transaction class. And one more point, if you made an observation, verification class, banking, insurance, loan, verification. Which one will be the top class out of these 4? Banking, hold on, banking, loan, what is the other one? Insurance, verification, 4 classes. Which one will be parent and what are the child classes?
Verification.
Verification.
Verification is
And
a
that is also
parent.
an abstract, yes or no? That is also an abstract. It's not mandatory. Usually abstract classes are the higher. Usually, I am not saying it is always. Usually, which classes are higher? Abstract classes. Understand? Okay. Abstract class higher. Bottom classes are concrete. Means bottom classes are concrete means that is the class where transaction gets initiated. Yes or no? Okay. Out of these 3, I wanted to just show you now what is the type of class for each of these. What is the type of class for each of these? I am creating a document. So in today's theory, just as I have written here, I am just copying that all content. Apart from regular theory, I just pasted here. Okay, you go with or not, that's up to you. Now let's log into our application and just observe and just see the classes got created. Also look at the type of each class. This is what I'm going to do now. You know how to log into your implementation application, right? I think I don't need to give you the screenshot of how to log in, correct? Log into IMPL. I'm trying to log into where? IMPL. So how many classes got created? We can see on the high level, so many are created high level. We can see 3 classes loaded when you go to App Explorer. These are the 3. What are the 3? Below are the 3. Safe is organization class. Safe auto, this one. Let's look at the definition of each class to know its type. Okay, just for your information. 604 March. See, we are spending more time on these concepts because all these will be practically. See, now it is very clear to every one of you. I know at the time of practical you will get a doubt which class to be used, where to create, what to create. You will get confused. Okay, see here now. So you need to do this. You need to backspace here. If you want to access individual class, what you should know? Backspace up to here and tab out. That will load the organization class. So right click on the organization class, right click, not the left click. Right click on the class, choose definition. Right click on organization. That backspace I cannot give as a screenshot. Okay. Right click on organization class, choose what? definition. It will open the details of that particular class. Going to definition, it will open the details of the class. It has opened. Only one point we are going to focus now. What is that? Class type. We can see the class type is already selected by PRPC as, what is that? So organization class is what? Look at application class. Okay, this is called as division. I'll tell you this later after some time. Okay, I have just written. Which one? We are not going to focus on other. We are going to focus only on those three. Okay, our focus will be only on those three: safe, auto, safe co-auto. Definition. Remaining you don't touch at all. You will get confused. What is this one? Our division class is, did we choose all this or it is automatically been done? You call it as work class, the last one, work class or a transaction class. You may say it as unit class also. I will give you the terminology of division unit in some time. If you expand this, you'll see work. Remaining classes don't touch. Definition. We are just trying to make an observation to know what is being created. Then only we will come to know where to create at the time of practice. We are not simply accessing all this. Please understand. What is the class? Work class is concrete class. Out of these three classes, where does the transaction gets initiated? Tell me. Work class. That's why I called it as a transaction class. Why I am calling it as transaction class? The reason is that is the place where transaction gets initiated. That is the place where transaction gets initiated. That's why the name of the class is also work. Work means transaction. Meaningfully, that is the place where work will be initiated and processed. They have taken the name as work. You remember while creating application, we clicked on advanced. Did we click on advanced? At that place, I told you I am ignoring. I'll explain later. The bottom one, organization name you got right. Right side you got work, editable. I did not edit it. Why I did not edit? Because that is a meaningful name which says that that is the class where the transaction gets initiated. Work will be initiated. Meaningfully Pega is taking. Why should I change? If I want to change, I can change. Possibility is there, but I did not change. The reason is that is the place work will be initiated. Class name also let it be work. What is there in that? Understand? So out of these three, work is the class where transaction gets initiated. That is concrete class. About to or abstract. What is the purpose of about to? I'll tell you one example. Okay. There is a cinema production unit. Okay. So there will be some department which will be producing the movie, right? You go to directly producer. What is the actual business that should run? Selling the tickets, correct? Selling the ticket and broadcasting that movie. Yes or no? That is the actual business that needs to be executed. If that is done, that means your business is running, correct? So production department is there. Some production department, you go to production department, they produced a movie, ask them, I want to purchase tickets. Are they going to do? Are they going to do? No. That means that is abstract or concrete? That is abstract. Below production department, you have distributors. Yes or no? Distributors will be taking it for the sales. But you go to distributor and ask them, can you please sell me the tickets for a movie? Do they have that access? They are not having right to do that. They don't have right to do that. So second level we came to. Top level, second level. Top level, whatever you have, that is called organization. That is the actual organization, top level. Below that, there are divisions, state-wise or maybe some region-wise, we have distributors. They don't even have rights to initiate any transaction. So now they are going to give it to bottom level called cinema theaters, correct? You go to cinema theater, ask them, can you please sell me the ticket? Are they going to do it or not? They have the
Yes.
right to do. They are concrete. Yes or no? Same way, another example. Car production unit is Tesla is there. Production unit is there. You go to Tesla production unit and ask them, I want to purchase a car. Can you please give me? Are they going to do it? They will not. There are certain rules and regulations that they have to follow. No, no, no. Okay. Then you traveled to individual state. At the state, there is a distributor. Again, for car also you have distributor, right? Manufacturer, distributor. Distributor, you are contacting and asking, can you please sell me a car? Distributor, is he going to sell? He will not sell. He will tell you that, please go to your city. There are outlets. Go to an outlet. They only have the right to initiate the transaction of sales. Now you have to reach out to that particular sales unit in your city, third level, and ask them, I want to purchase a car. Okay, welcome, sir. And we are going to initiate the transaction. Why do we need about 2 departments? What are they going to do? They have some common features that they can supply to the bottom level. Okay, is it bottom only one level?
No.
Organization, division, unit. This is the structure you need to understand in the real world. Any business will have this structure. Organization is the topmost business entity. Can I have 2 organizations? Only one topmost business entity. Tata Group of Industries, Reliance Group of Industries, only one. Below that, I can have n number of divisions. Yes or no? Below each division, can I have n number of units? Below each unit, can I have subunits? Possible or not? Exactly how it is there in the real world. The same way, we need the classes here. We need the classes here. Each department, you are going to set up it as a class, right? Organization class, division class, unit class. Understand? Organization, division are abstract. They don't have right to do anything. Unit is concrete. But unit bottom level wants to access something from the top level. Yes or no? How that is possible? How that is possible? By means of inheritance. That means between these 3 classes, if we want to access the features from division or organization, we need inheritance relationship. That I will tell you tomorrow. Okay, I just shown you 3 classes that have been loaded. So many classes are there, only 3. I have shown you type of each class, and I have explained the organization structure comparing with these classes. So when you compare with organization structure, these 3 classes comes at the place of org dev unit. Okay, movie production, movie distributor, movie player, who is playing that broadcaster, whoever is doing broadcasting the movie. Out of these 3 levels, who is going to do the sales? Third level. So that is concrete level. Remaining 2 are abstract. They have to supply the things to bottom level. Yes or no? That means there is an inheritance needed. Same way the structure is being explained. Organization, division, unit. Unit is concrete where transaction can be initiated. That is concrete class. About 2 are abstract. Yes or no? Okay. So from here I will take it forward tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I am going to explain you the inheritance in Pega, where it is. So obviously I need something from organization to be accessible to division as well as unit. Yes or no? That means you should have inheritance between these 3. Where is this inheritance relation defined? I am going to show you tomorrow. See, I'm taking I'm taking a lot of time to explain you concept. Maybe the concepts are very simple, small. Like I can tell you class is an instance of, like a blueprint of something like object or some definitions also I can tell you. But I'm not explaining in that way. I'm trying to explain you everything matching with the real world for our better understanding of the technology. Okay. While you are going through these documents, it's not that simply you read and throw it away. Even you understand, draw your own diagrams by yourself. I told you already, you take a notebook, you understand everything, draw the summary as a diagram as well as summary points. You finish the notes, then it will be there in your mind. Clear? You need to take a little bit of time for this. While teaching or while you are listening to the class, it will be pretty much crystal clear. That is okay. It's not about understanding the concept, it's about applying the concept when it is required. You know everything, but you don't know how to apply when your requirement is given. Is there any use? Will there be any use? You are having knowledge means you know how to apply, when to apply. Not only how to apply, when to apply. Exactly. When to apply you got means you are technical architect. Okay. That is why I'm spending this much time. Still, I'll prove that you will not be able to understand at the time of practical. You will confuse where to add. Okay, not every one of you, some of you. So that some of you should have to increase your focus more and preparation in a different way. Okay, so I have already requested every one of you, if possible you have little bit of time, definitely time will be there for everyone. Please make sure after you go through the documents, draft the diagrams. Possibly you draft the diagrams. Okay, clear everyone? So after this video, tomorrow onwards, we don't upload videos to YouTube. That will not happen. Okay, we will be uploading it to our separate place, okay, drive place, and we will give access to you, all of you, whoever is there in the group. Okay, so once again I am repeating, this meeting link will not work from tomorrow onwards. Okay, and offline also not allowed. Please, after you come here, I don't let me to ask you. Okay, you yourself, if not possible, stay back and join the next batch, no problem. Okay, so you can wind up for today. As of today, for today, I will add these documents in the classroom, this video in the YouTube. From tomorrow, that will not happen. You can wind up for today. Thank you.